Hello and welcome to Pizza 360. I'm Daniel Lee Perea. Starting today, we'll be switching from our This Week in Pizza format to a more in-depth monthly format. Every month, we'll catch you up on the most interesting and relevant industry headlines and interview a featured guest from the pizza world. Today, we'd like to welcome our special guest, Scott Weiner, who is visiting us via Skype. Scott is perhaps best known for his popular pizza tours in New York. He's one of the pizza industry's foremost bloggers and also judges culinary competitions across the country, and has been seen on the Travel Channel, Cooking Channel, Food Network, Discovery Channel, and more. He recently released his new book, Viva La Pizza, The Art of the Pizza Box, which we'll talk more about in a few minutes. Thanks for joining us today, Scott.
Thanks for having me.
Let's get started with this week's headlines. Drones. Drones as delivery guys may not be coming anytime soon, despite Domino UK's attempt last year, but some investors see it as the wave of the future. Tim Draper, the venture capitalist and backer of startups like Skype, which we're using today conveniently, said he is now backing Drone Deploy, a land mapping software technology firm that designs unmanned commercial drones. In the first 9 months of 2013, investors poured $40.9 million into startups working on commercial drone applications. Draper told reporters in an email that, quote, everything from pizza delivery to personal shopping can be handled by drones. Scott, what are your thoughts on drone delivery? How do you think something like this would go over in New York?
Well, New York, at least not within the next 5 years, at least could never have drone delivery. We can barely handle bicycle delivery at this moment because it's, streets are so busy and so hectic. I don't think there's machinery yet capable of reacting and responding the way a human can on the streets of New York.
Well, as it happens, Quartz, a new digital news site, reports that there are 5 reasons why drone delivery won't work. Number 1 is the cost. A remote-controlled octocopter costs between 8 grand and 11 grand. Then you got to add another like 12 grand for remote control. Number 2, operating range. Some of them have operating ranges from 250 to 500 meters or 800 to 1600 feet. To boost that, you got to pay more money. And the battery technologies only support a limited flight time anyway. Number 3, payload. Most of these machines were designed to carry cameras and not pizzas. Mid-range payload capacities hover around 4 pounds, not nearly enough for 2 pizzas, even in perfectly calm skies. 2 large pizzas weigh closer to 6 pounds. Liability. One of the enormous business advantages of running a pizza franchise is hiring cheap contract labor to do deliveries. Quartz reports that if pizza companies use drones, they could be liable for damages caused by malfunctioning drones should they fall from the sky. And then finally, airspace and security restrictions in the U.S. basically make drones illegal until 2015. The deadline set by the U.S. Federal Aviation Administration to outline legal parameters for their use. Scott, it seems like regular flesh and blood pizza delivery guys are going to be doing this for a little while longer.
Well, I mean, there's no... the reason why I think some people might love the idea of drone delivery from a pizza business perspective is that a customer can't really do much complaining to a drone for getting a sloppy pizza. You can't. You can say to the delivery boy, "Hey, you were a half hour late," but a drone drops off its pizza, and you say, "Hey, you were a half hour late," and the drone just, I don't know, zaps you with a laser beam and goes away. I don't think we're ready for that. That's the future.
All right. Well, in other interesting pizza news this week, Los Angeles-based chain The Pizza Studio has partnered with George Katakalidis to open 20 new pizzerias in the San Diego area within 5 years. Katakalidis is known for his 80-plus locations of Daphne's Greek Cafe, which he sold in 2010. The Pizza Studio's fast casual format lets diners pick their crust, their sauce, and their toppings. The first 2 will open early in 2014 in downtown San Diego and Kearny Mesa. Scott, 20 new pizzerias in San Diego, I mean, that's a town that already has like a lot of pizzerias in it. That sounds like a lot to me. Is that going to saturate the market?
Well, it all depends. I mean, I don't know where their locations are going to be. It seems like if they've done their homework, which I imagine they have, maybe the population that they expect in each store is a small enough division that it'll work for them. But really, the beauty of that fast casual format is that you can do heavy volume, so you can take on more than you could in some other situations where maybe in a standard restaurant you have the oven that's sitting idle for 5 minutes, because the room is full. But in fast casual, the oven can never be idle. It's possible to not be idle at all during the day because you have constant influx of customers. There's no table to be full. It's just a line of people. So I don't know, 20 seems like a lot.
What's this going to mean for pizza operators who already have a pizzeria in that area? Are they going to be muscled out, or is there room for everybody?
Well, you know what? When you've got a new place in town, maybe people are afraid to go and check it out. Any time you're in an area for a long period of time, and then competition comes in. I mean, this is nothing new for the pizza industry. Competition's always coming in. whether it's a big chain or whether it's another mom and pop. And you just always have to find reasons and ways to differentiate yourself. And that's really all it is. It's, fighting for that survival. And a lot of that fight is won by edging out quality. And maybe if there are 20 new pizzerias of the same name in one town, then you're special because you're not those 20. And I think that's what you really have to stand behind.
All right, and the moment we've all been waiting for. Finally, the main reason we brought our special guest, Scott Weiner, on the show today, his new book, Viva La Pizza, The Art of the Pizza Box, just made it to bookshelves last week. So Scott, tell us a little bit about the book.
Wow, oh wow. Well, yeah, Viva La Pizza just came out November 5th, available in bookstores all around the country and online everywhere. And I believe it came out in the UK on November 7th. So it's just a fun book, basically cataloging pizza boxes from around the world. I personally have a collection of about 600 pizza boxes from around the world. We've got 45 different countries represented, and just, about 112 boxes are actually in the book. And they range from art to architecture to historic boxes. And it's just sort of my way to put pizza box art to the forefront.
Now, there's a couple of examples I want to pick out. One is a landscape of Venice, and it's a 4-color panel done by Rock Tin. Was Rock Tin the first company to do 4-color panels?
That's what they call their Tour of Italy series, first edition, which is Venice with a 4-color process print. And this was one of the first 4-color process prints that Rock Tin offered. And when Rock Tin put out that offer, one of the first companies to really take that on was the distributor Roma Foods.
Now, another example is this 4-color spot print pizza box designed by Ed Hardy for Tony's Pizza Napolitana in San Francisco. The interesting thing was this was limited to a run of 10,000, and it cost extra money to buy this pizza box, and that extra money went to charity. So you can actually use pizza boxes as a force for good.
This is the box you're talking about. Okay, so the box does not say anything on it about buy this box for charity. It's a designer print. Several of them were signed by Ed Hardy himself, right over here. And the idea was that if you get this specialty pizza that they were making just during this event, that you could pay an extra $3 for this limited edition box, and then it could be a keepsake, whatever you want it to be, and then that $3 got split between 3 different charities. And so it was a great idea to do something like this, a limited edition, something that people want to save the box. And if you think that 2.5 people see every pizza box that leaves the hands of the pizzeria owner or the delivery man, imagine something like this that somebody keeps. When I keep a box, every one of these may be seen by 20 or 30 people, I don't know, maybe the next couple of months. Just when this book is out, you make a beautiful box, and maybe somebody will write a blog post or tweet the box or write a book about it. All these things are possible. And I think that a lot of pizzeria owners don't notice that. They think about the now, and they think about, well, I don't want to spend that extra cent per box to make it look beautiful. But that extra 1 cent per box, think about that. 100 boxes, that's not a lot of money. 100 cents, $1, and you might be able to expose yourself to hundreds of more people. That's a great return on investment if you ask me.
What are the key elements of an effective pizza box?
Okay, so the effectiveness of a pizza box is interesting. It's not being cluttered, having all the pertinent information easily accessible to the viewer, because this is a device that's in motion. It's not really staying still for too long. It's a motion. So I've seen pizza boxes that try to put every location on the top, which gets confusing because then you forget which one you ordered it from. And you have to have the flag of Italy or the boot of Italy or a guy going like this. They try to do too much. I think the best pizza boxes are the simplest pizza boxes, but that are able to put a lot of information into a small amount of space. I actually read this quote this morning somewhere, is that a great graphic designer can take everything the client wants and make it fit onto the surface of whatever they're doing. But an amazing graphic designer can tell their client that they don't need 60% of it.
All right, Scott, thank you for being on the program. That's all the time we have this month. Scott will be signing copies of his book along the East Coast through January. Visit his website at www.scottspizzatours.com/book to find out when he's coming to a bookstore or pizzeria near you. Or for even faster information, find him on Twitter at Scott's Pizza Tour. Search for them on Facebook for New York Pizza Tours. For Pizza 360, I'm Lee Perea. Visit us on social media or visit us at pmq.com.